One great option for word processing on the iPad is using Google Docs. Google Docs is not very good when it comes to formatting and doing lots of styling within a document, but what it does allow you to do is store your document online where students can access it from any computer at home or at school along with their iPad, and to have a document collaboratively shared with an entire team that the entire team can be working on their iPads at the same time. So I'm going to back out for a second, and on the home screen you'll see an app called Google Drive, and when you click on that app it'll come up to something like this the first time you set up. What you'll want to do is you'll want to get started and sign in. So you'll type in your Byron Apps email address here and then your password, and that will allow you to sync all of your documents right into the iPad. And once you sign in, you will see your drive and all of your documents, all of your folders, everything that you've worked on. Now, the first thing that I noticed, at least, is that it's sorted alphabetically, which is probably not the most useful way, given that I tend to always be looking for my most recent documents. But if on the left you click on that recent button, it'll organize it by the ones that you've most recently opened, which can help you stay organized. To create a new document, you go up to the top right and you click on the plus sign, and if we're looking to do some word processing, you're going to go to New Document, give it a name. I'll just call it Test Doc for now. Create, and that's going to pull up your document that you can start editing right away. So this is my document. Now you'll see on top some standard formatting type options. You have bold and italics and underline. You can also create a bulleted or numbered list up on top. And go ahead and then you create your list like that, or switch it to bullets. But outside of some of these very basic options, there's really not a whole lot you can do for formatting within the doc, and the things that you can do don't always come out that great. So I would say any kind of document that requires a lot of styling, stick with something like Pages, stay out of Google Docs. If you're going to use tables, definitely stay away from Google Docs. Thinking on the collaborative side, we see two little heads up near the top right. That is not where you can share your doc. That just shows who is currently in the document with you. If you want to share it with someone else, you need to go up to the top left and click Done. So you're done editing for now. And this View Only mode, you need to get out of that, so click Close. And once you've closed it, you see your document back up on the screen. Clicking on the doc will bring the document up. That's not what we want. On the far right, you see this little arrow pointing to the right. So on the far right, you click on that arrow and it will bring up a sidebar with some details. Here it gives you some options, and in the top right you see 3 bars. That gives you even more detailed options. My first option, Share, will bring up this ability to add people. I can start typing in some names, and let's say I add Josh Burton and Josh Bernards. I want them to have the ability to edit, so I leave that checked and I click Add. And just like that, in my bottom right, you'll see that they've both been added to this document. If I want this document to be available for editing offline, I can slide that little switch right there, or make sure that it's only available when I'm connected to the internet. I slide that off. If I ever wanted to remove someone, let's say I accidentally added one of these Joshes, I click on their name in the bottom right. I click right on their name, and I go to remove this user, or I could change them to a different level, such as viewing only. If I was working on a project with some friends, I might want to switch them from editability when they're doing some reviewing of my work to just being able to view it later, and then save whatever option I make. And that's Google Docs in a nutshell. I can close this and I can see my document go back into it by just clicking on it at any time, and I can always get to my docs from the home screen by clicking on the Google Drive app, and that should hopefully get you a good start on your way to using Google Docs with the iPads.